Here's what I would tell my 22-year-old self stepping into the world of business. You really are the average of the 5 people around you. So always surround yourself with doers. This is episode 7 of learnings from building a 200 crore F&B business. When I was 22, I wanted to build a huge business. What I didn't know was that there's a huge difference between wanting to do something and actually doing it. Back then, I was working in my family travel agency along with my mum and brother, both of whom were far more hardworking than me. They were working on the business like 13, 14 hours a day while I could only manage like 8 or 9. But constantly being around people who actually do and not just think about doing changed me. I started picking up their habits naturally and pushing myself an extra hour even when my brain wanted to shut down. It wasn't about motivation, it was about environment. Humans are porous. We absorb the attitudes of the people we spend time with. If you surround yourself with people who constantly complain or only dream instead of doing, you'll subconsciously pick up the same traits. So when you can choose your friends, your team, or your co-founder, choose people who act. People who push themselves and indirectly push you. That's exactly what happened when I went on to build 3 F&B brands that today do 200 crore in annual sales. A huge reason I pushed myself so much was because my brother, who's also my co-founder, was disciplined, hardworking, and never hesitating to call out my inherent laziness. And because I was working with someone better than me in many ways, I never got complacent, and I never half-assed my work. I still remember when we met Nicholas, who is today our partner in Paris Panini. My brother Nikhil and I had a meeting to negotiate the deal. We had one intense meeting and I was tired. In my head, I was ready to have the next meeting a few days later. But my brother didn't want to wait. He kept pushing for closure so that we could move on to the next step. Why wait? He said to me. And I didn't have an answer. Because of Nikhil's bias for action and unwillingness to take a break, what could have taken 2 months happened in like a week. From the day we met Nicholas to the day Paris Panini opened its first outlet was hugely compressed because of my brother's thirst for getting things done fast. And that's how I feel a co-founder should be. They should be someone you can look up to, learn from, and be challenged by. They should push you to be better. So, one of the best advantages you can give yourself, especially if you're young and starting out, is to surround yourself with people who inspire action, discipline, and relentless execution. Because wanting to do something is easy, but actually doing it consistently is what separates the average from the exceptional. Stay tuned for episode 8.